Hello, this is Morgan, and we are here to present to you our solutions for how to make Zambia a better country for its citizens.
First is the cultural barriers. Farmers in Zambia not only fear the unknown in agriculture, but they also fear criticism for doing something different from other farmers. Many of the members of the society believe their way is the best and do not need to improve. We can help them improve their practices that they already have. Some of the farmers may value taste, appearance, or other factors more than improving yield or cash returns. They're the ones who eat the food they produce, so they would rather have something that tastes good over producing higher yields. We can satisfy those wants, but still improve their yields. Even though there are not significant cultural barriers, we still need to find a way to help you, locals, improve agricultural production that they will accept. We need to find advances that can work around their cultural beliefs and satisfy their wants. Next is the influence of the United States and other countries on you. It would be beneficial to look into other countries and how they handle food security. The United States has developed many incentive programs to increase local farmer markets. There's fresh, healthy food available, and it also increases food security in this local area. It is also very important to focus on producing and consuming healthy foods. Junk food may be easier and cheaper to produce, but it will be detrimental in the long run as it leads to many nutritional issues. We can see how much of a negative impact a lack of healthy foods can have due to the high obesity levels in the United States. The reality of the situation is that although it may not seem like it, there is enough food available in the world. It just is not accessible. But you can change this. It is important that you do not rely solely on food aid from outside countries. You should have both outside and inside sources for food, as self-sufficiency can lead to severe food shortages. Also, trust other countries' means of production. These countries are managing to produce large numbers of food within their processes. Ask your government and talk to them about how they can help make new distribution methods that will be beneficial to you. Another important thing to focus on is making food safer. The United States has many safety regulations in place to prevent food contamination. This means less diseases spread. Demand more regulation from your government to ensure safer foods. It is also extremely important to become educated on proper techniques for cooking and handling. Food will last longer and have more nutritional value with less side effects such as illness and disease in this way.
As Zambia's natural resources are depleting, sustainability is going to become key to keeping Zambia's agricultural industry strong. They need to adopt practices such as crop rotation, cover crops, and compost organic material along with drip irrigation. If farmers adopt crop rotation, they will be able to improve their soil fertility, control diseases and insects, and add biodiversity, which will only help the production. Cover crops are also important to prevent wind and water erosion while distributing nutrients into the soil. Compost and organic material is a natural way to improve water retention among crops and also reuse organic material. Drip irrigation will also help farmers conserve water. With some of these sustainability practices, farmers are going to be able to improve their yields and grow healthier crops. In the past, Zambia has been very anti-GMOs. However, if farmers become more accustomed to the GMO practices, they will be able to have healthier crops for future generations. For example, in India, a flood-resistant gene was incorporated into a rice crop, which saved this village's rice and were able to provide a lot more food for the area. Zambia experiences a lot of floods and droughts in this country and would benefit from these genes. An agrobiotechnology company in Israel utilized seawater in drought. However, to use the seawater, they needed to introduce a gene that would allow the plants to live off of using the salty water. Also, using GMOs can help control disease. In Hawaii, they won a battle against the papaya ring spot potty virus disease, which allowed Hawaii to continue to produce papaya. The Zambia National Farmers Union is already testing Bt proteins on cotton. Because Zambia does experience a lot of extreme weather, using GMOs would enable them to continue growing their crops even when the weather is not cooperating. Farmers in Zambia need to utilize the land-grant system. Land-grant universities are only here to help farmers produce better crops. They provide farmers with up-to-date research, teach them the best production techniques, help maintain the health of the land and the crops, while maintaining knowledge in farmers on the newest technology that they can use. Land-grant universities also educate agriculturalists on how to keep food safe throughout the food process. In order to grow healthy food, farmers must not only have healthy practices, but they must also know what to do after they harvest their crops throughout the year. In conclusion, Zambia's farmers need to make some changes in order to keep their agriculture healthy. First of all, farmers need to encourage the government to adopt new practices of distributing food to their citizens. Next, they need to become more environmentally friendly and use more sustainable agricultural practices. Farmers also need to get rid of the fear of GMOs in order to fight the weather inconsistencies that they have. And finally, Zambia's farmers need to utilize land-grant universities in order to help keep them up to date on the practices that are best for their country. If the farmers do these practices, then they are going to be able to be more sustainable for many generations to come.